for the sign.
What bothers me perhaps more than anything else when it comes to the Democratic Party is the lengths that they are willing to go. The lengths that they are willing to go to put their own person in power. First of all, there's nothing to be happy about that the former president has an aggressive metastatic prostate cancer that has now metastasized to his bones. I'm very sad for him and his family. I want to have words with Dr. Jill Biden, his wife. And honestly, like, I'm not going to judge this psychotic family. I'm really not. My heart goes out to Joe Biden, honestly. I'm not the left side. I didn't lose my humanity. I had two parents that had cancer. My father died when I was 25 years old, 10 years ago. And this is not a laughing matter. Nothing to be happy about. I know for a fact that if Trump had a diagnosis like this, I mean, there would be a parade right now outside my window. These people don't care. They have been open about wanting his demise, wanting his death. They think that they are so freaking star-spangled, awesome, and righteous every time they talk like this. They go after his kid, his wife, whatever. That in and of itself, that doesn't matter. That's to the side. What bothers me is how they all knew, every single one of them, from the White House doctor to all these aides to Jen Psaki. Did you ever circle back? Did you circle back? No, I don't think so. There was no circling back, was there? You all lied through your teeth. And what bothers me is that you were willing to put this dying man into the next election just to guarantee the psychotic hyena is going to get her foot in the door. That's women's empowerment? These females that are running around talking about, Trump took away our rights. What rights, bitch? What rights? I didn't lose nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? The only way you're going to get a woman in power is if you prop up the almost dead guy. Not to mention that he pardoned people 15 minutes before he walked out of office. 15 freaking minutes with an auto pen. You guys can just do whatever the hell you want and you justify it to yourselves. Hi. My heart goes out to Joe Biden. I'm sorry that they used and abused you. You were a piece of shit for many decades, but you know, my humanity won't let me feel happy for this. So it's a sad thing. But you Democrats, you're fucking disgusting.
Wow. Well, you think what you said? That's in the news big time now.
Well, we all know that it doesn't really matter who's in control in the White House. It matters if you, me, the people, able to have some quality of life. I'm talking about lower inflation, lower gas price, affordable housing, and less taxation, able to put our money back to our spending instead of all those higher taxes and taxations. So if so-called the Biden administration for 4 years, he hyperinflates so much, and he did a lot of things according to his will, not the people's will. There's no benefit to me while Biden was in office. You tell me what benefit when he mandated vaccination, when he mandate no vaccine card, no food, when he put down all this high inflation of the gas. I'm in California, in San Francisco, and to me, I don't see any like things that is impacting me when the Biden is in office, was in office. However, but you look at today,
well, it cost people jobs on mandating the stuff. They lost their jobs, like yourself.
Yes, exactly. So I personally, I am grateful that the people who voted for President Trump and the Trump team, you understand it's not about Trump, one person. Trump is only a 79-old senior, an old guy in charge with a sound mind, and have been in business and owning so many business, independent, and not need the government to live a life. While the Joe Biden in office for more than 35 years, a career politician, and start with nothing but ended up with billions and billions, and the whole family generations benefit from we the people. So if you, the Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, any party, Green Party in America, and if you compare what happened then 4 years before and 8 years before Trump, and now Trump is in office, if you have a sound mind, then you will stop and think, wait a minute, Trump said no, no tips overtime, no tips on tips,
Tax
no
on
tax
tips.
on tips. Yeah, no tax on tips,
No on Social Security.
and no taxes on Social Security, which means you retire already. Why do you pay twice? You pay the money you save, and you tax again when you know do it again. And ever since then, we have rest states. They lower the gas price, except there's about 3 or 4. Our 50 states, California is definitely never lowered the gas, instead higher right now. And in fact, I believe that we are the number one highest in gas, like 5.30 to about 6.30 a gallon.
It's
Why
you
are
or
others?
Hawaii, one of those two. New York's not
Yes.
that far behind you.
Well, because we are the deep within the deep. Remember,
The blue.
California is the deep blue, deep state blue, and San Francisco is sanctuary city within the sanctuary state, which that we the politicians who are in charge protecting criminals, undocumented invaders, and anybody who are wanted by the military right now, and the federal, the FBI, DOJ, and they shelter them and they protect them. So what kind of government are we right now? Think about what I'm just saying, because I am in San Francisco right now, California. Think about what we're going through. So I don't know about your state. Maybe you can tell me some of your states.
Oh, it's bad. We got khaki Hochul here. Just trying to take away propane gas, not letting us use natural gas. You can't put a new furnace in, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. They're grandfathering it in, but eventually they'll have it so it's all electric, and they'll fully have control of it. And they can turn you off like that. Then
So this is what I want people to learn about something, because I'm typing up looking for something so I can say it correctly. So in America, we have 50 states, folks. Whether you're Democrat, Libertarian, Green Party, Republican, Chinese, yellow, black, white, I don't care. We're in America right now. Think about it. We have 50 states right now, and our 50 states, we have five states, no sales tax. Listen, 5 states with no sales tax: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, and New Hampshire, Oregon. Okay, Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon. When you go buy stuff, you don't have to pay sales tax. Listen, we also have
you
nine,
don't. You have to pay the federal, but not the state.
no state tax.
Yeah,
Yes.
state. Yeah, state. Yeah.
But see, in California, we pay 13 to 16% state tax.
Wow.
Get it, folks?
We're like 8.25% here.
So we have been robbed. That's what I'm telling. I want people to wake up. Democrats, do not let the union bully you.
No, it's
Do
not because
let-
you don't have property taxes, because you do have that, because there's some states that have sales tax, but they don't have property taxes. But you have high property taxes, right?
that I need to compare. I can not answer the answer, but I don't compare. Let me
Well, I
finish the
definitely know
other
you have
statement.
very high. I
Yes,
don't know what compared to who, but it's high.
I can compare later. But right now, let me finish my statement.
Okay.
The statement is that we have 50 states in America, 5 states no sales tax. Okay, remember that. Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, and Oregon. You go to buy stuff, you spend a dollar. Unlike we in San Francisco, you spend a dollar, you pay almost 10% sales tax. That means you go out to eat, you have to pay 10% of the sales tax. On top of it, you go out to eat, you take 15 to 18 or 20% of tips. And on top of it, in San Francisco, we have to pay 3% healthcare tax for the workers. So if you go out to eat, you spend $100. You are thinking about paying about 30% more. So you spend $100, you pay $130 in San Francisco. You get it, folks?
Yeah, you're actually higher than the rest of your state too. Then
exactly. So the other one I wanted to bring it out. So as of today, members, United States, we have 50 states. But think about it. We have 9 states. We don't have state tax. We said 5 states with no sales tax, but 9 states with no income tax. Let me read it to you: Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. But there's 2 names. two names, Alaska and New Hampshire, the two states. Alaska and New Hampshire, the two states with no state tax and no income tax. Not only that, Alaska giving money back to the people because they have so much oil, so much resources. If you
Mhm.
live in Alaska, you get money back on top of no sales tax, no state tax, and you get money back if you're in Alaska. So the question is, wait a minute. If people can show us no state tax, no sales tax, and then they can survive as a state, that means why we in California, especially in San Francisco, the snakehead, then charge us so much. So my question is, where is the money go? You know how we learn follow the money?
Mhm.
Follow the money. So follow the money. You get it? The people,
Mhm.
Democrats or the Republican, Green Party, Libertarian, anything. You in America, that means we have some states, the governors, the leaders in the state, they keep tax us on purpose to make us so poor that we cannot hold one job to pay bills. What do? We have to work two jobs, three jobs, and then we have no time to take care of our children. We have no time to enjoy our life. Meanwhile, the people who own nice house, they go to vacation on the taxpayers' payroll.
Yeah.
And if
And
you're
it's
not
hard for the
waking up,
people to own a house. They pretty much have to rent.
yes, how could you? They said in San Francisco, I'm in San Francisco, California. Anyone in San Francisco, if you make less than $120,000, $120,000 a year, you're poor people. You get it? Poor
Yeah,
people.
because the
That means
cost of living so high there.
85% of the people in San Francisco are poor people. And remember Trump said it in the executive order and he proposed in America, he's thinking about if you in America, if you make less than $200,000 a year, you do not need to pay any federal tax. You know how many percent of the people who are benefit from it? No tax?
Yeah.
Do you know how many percent?
Yeah. It'll help everyone in every state, although it helps you less in California because of how high the cost of living is. You
Well,
need to make
according to
200,000 just get by.
exactly. So, according to the White House Secretary Caroline, she said when President Trump proposed if Americans in America make less than $200,000, President Trump want them to be tax free. You don't have to pay any, not even a penny tax. So you know how many people benefit? More than 85% of the people in America. 85% of the people in America will be benefit for the taxes that we save. So imagine if you make, let's say, you make less than 200,000. You calculate the basic minimum wage times 52 weeks, 40 hours a week. So an average person will make maybe, most likely, about $75,000. $75,000. So which means you make less than 200,000. That means 85% of the people will be benefit for no income tax,
Mhm.
federal income tax. That means we will be like the other, how many states that there's no sales tax? 5 states
Hey,
no sales
John.
tax. And how many states with no income tax? 9 states with no income tax. That means if you live in Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming, if you live in there, no state tax already, and plus no federal income tax. That means you are an American and you are protected by the Constitution, and we should be thrive. The parents should be saving the money and they can use it for family vacation. They can own home. They can buy groceries. They don't have to work two jobs. They get it,
Put
folks?
it toward their college, put it towards a car or something, you know?
Okay. So the question is, how come the Democrats leaders? I'm not talking about the people. Okay. I used to be a Democrat for more than 22 years. Now, how come the Democrat leaders, the congresswomen and the senators, they don't vote? They oppose everything. They oppose everything that
How
Trump
how
proposed.
could you be a Democrat because you're religious and on the left they hate religion. They hate Christianity.
Exactly, and especially the Christians. If you
Yes.
are a Christian, you are a pastor, you are a believer, you're a minister, and you still register as a Democrat, which Democrats pro-abortion, killing babies, murder them up to birth, after birth within 28 days in California. And then they set up abortion clinics and they say Planned Parenthood, which is a lie. How could you plan a parenthood to be
It's
a mom and
planned
dad when you keep
murder.
killing the babies? That's unbelievable. And on top of it, and they're using public money to do so. So I am a pro-life social worker mom, and I am an immigrant, and I am following rule of law, and I am and protest this sick and evil leaders killing our own innocent babies.
And they're
We
trying to
need,
replace us too. Yeah. So they you were talking a little bit about they're starting to hire some people back that didn't get the jab where you work, but they won't hire yourself back or something.
yes. If you go
Explain
to
that.
sf.gov, can you
Yeah.
able to go show it? I
I
give you
got
the
Dodge up there now. Oh, you want
okay.
governor?
Well, the
Governor.
Dodge, you talk about savings. Can you click savings? Let me talk about savings real quick for people.
Which one is that? Efficiency. You want me to scroll down to
On top,
savings?
above. If you go above, it says savings. You see
Yeah.
that? You click
Yeah.
savings. Yeah, right there. You see that?
Yeah.
Ever since Trump is in office and the Doge department has been uncovered $170 billion to save $1,000 55 per year per taxpayer. So if
Per
you're paying
person. Yeah.
tax,
Well,
can you
actually, they
imagine?
found more than that, but that's how much they've been able to totally cut because of the contracts. But there's other
Yes,
stuff they'd like to cut, and it has to go through Congress.
yes.
So,
So can
so
you imagine this
that
money?
number is a lot higher than that.
I
So,
am sure that it happens. Remember, we learned all this, the fake payment, the fake contracts they have, and they give it to other countries and helping people with condoms and talking about birth and study how the other animals, doing a lot of things that has nothing to do with us in America. So I'm grateful for the team that Elon Musk had a brain and teach us and how they investigate them, how they end those illegal programs has nothing to do with we the people in America. So if you still hating Trump, so my question to you, why would you not like to put money back into your paycheck that you can make a dollar, you can keep a dollar? Why don't you want to keep a dollar?
oh,
If
did you see this? Top
yes,
recipients, it's all colleges. They get the
yes,
most money from it, and the
yeah.
tuitions are so high. Look at all these colleges.
And remember now we learn all many of those colleges, they are part of the deep state plan. They welcoming other foreign students who are spies.
They're
And we learned
graduating
that already. They're
commies.
spies.
They
They are
hate the
spies from other
family.
country.
They hate the family.
Yes, and then on top of they hate no, they hate traditional family. They
Yes.
hate America, and they hate white people. Remember, they taught
Yeah.
people like white supremacy, white supremacy. Look,
Hmm.
I am Chinese. I'm not white. I have people came to my face and say, "You white supremacy." I said, "Wait a minute, I'm Chinese." You see these people? These
Hmm.
people has been brainwashed and shrink. Even I am not white people, they still call me white supremacy. So that means these people are non-America,
Now
non-American
you can
agenda.
explain that it's because you're white adjacent.
Well, because they taught in this
That's
university
what they label
brainwash.
everything. You got to be a victim for them, you know.
Yes, and if you don't agree with the agenda, what do? They burn your buildings, they burn your business, they spit on you, they calling you names, they kick you, put set fire on the what's it called when Elon Musk is helping people. A lot
Yeah.
of Tesla parking lot they've been burned. A lot of Tesla car they destroy them, put set fire on them. See, this is called the demon. This is a demon agenda. The Bible tell us on John 10:10 the demons, the devils, lie to kill, destroy, and steal. That's exactly what the Bible say. And the Bible
Hmm.
also say the righteous people, which is Jesus, came and give us a abundant life, and a good life. And we reason with people. If you don't like Trump, that's fine. But you don't have to burn Trump's business building. Remember, Trump had a Tesla car set fire outside his hotel. Remember that a
Hmm.
couple months ago in Las Vegas? But you don't see the patriots. You don't see the people who supporting Trump and go to burn people's house, burn people's business. But these people organize crime and try to take down those leaders wanted to restore our republic, restore our nation. And I have been learning so much from Elon Musk, from the Doge website. And if you go to the website and you can see how they spend the money illegally, how they do the payment illegally with those fake contracting.
Yeah,
So
well, they're also giving money to BBC and a lot of these news organizations,
yeah, that has
millions and
nothing to do
millions
with
of
us.
dollars. Well, yeah, well, they're giving it to them, so they push the communist agenda, you know.
Well,
So,
no, it's called the globalist agenda.
well,
Remember the
globalist,
globalists?
communist,
They
yeah,
wanted to
that's
kill
total
us
control.
all. They wanted to kill us all. They only want less than 10% of humanity left, and that's why they created this robotic stuff and
Hmm.
non-human stuff, AI, and they wanted to kill us all. And thank God, thank the military, thank the Trump team, thank the people behind Trump's team. I've learned that there has a lot of attorney, doctors, regular business people, uh, workers, anybody patriotic, that they intercede, they intercept the evil plan. That is why that we are going through right now. It's called a cleaning up the deep state within our government. And because the Trump team put it out there publicly, they publicly put everything in there, how much you pay, how much they save, and what kind of contract they do, and what's the name of the contract. It's irrelevant to America, irrelevant to the quality of life between you and me, our children, our grandkids. Has nothing to do with America. That's why
It's
I
it
love.
it shows that they spent 68 cents for President Trump, executive 68 cents.
Isn't that horrible?
Well,
Is that
no,
horrible?
yeah, I'm saying, well, he's not taking any salary. I don't know
Well,
where the
exactly.
60 cents.
Exactly. Okay, let's go to the website. I just give it to you on the StreamYard link. Can you click sf.gov? I'll share with you what happened in San Francisco.
Well, I
Absolutely
can get back.
crazy.
I got to get back to my page. I was looking at the other one. But which one?
Okay.
The U.S. government, San Francisco Gov.
Yes,
All
SF
right,
God. So
all
if
right.
you
I'm gonna
click
try
it
to
and
get
you will
in.
open in there right there.
Yeah.
So if you go there, you click down a little bit, you will see the you scroll down, you
Next
down
guy.
a
That
bit.
guy's cute, huh?
Well, this is like what is that? Bay to breaker. Forget about that right now.
Yeah,
Let's go to the mayor. If you scroll down, it give you all the politicians. You see that?
mayor.
San Francisco elected official. So that's the mayor. You see the mayor?
Click on him.
Daniel Laurie.
Yep.
He himself claimed that he's a traditional man with a daughter and a son and wife, and he never in politics, and he spent approximately $16 million into the office, and he only won $1 salary as a mayor. The mayor gets
He'll get
paid.
rich when he gets out.
Well,
That's
I
what a
don't know
lot of
how
them
they
do.
get rich and how they get not rich. That's not the point. The
Yeah.
point is that he spent $16 million of his money and his friends' money who are super packed and give it to him. Now he's in office. He wanted to be like Trump, $1 in a salary. And in the news, he bought his mayor car, his own
Oh,
money, $150,000. He said he'll buy it and he will donate it for him to go back and forth. So here's the catch. Remember, he spent $16 million for a city like San Francisco. And he said, this is exactly what he said. He said he wanted to be a mayor for 8 years. And hopefully, within 8 years, then everything will be fine. Then he will not do any official stuff at all. So here's my question. Mr. Daniel Laurie, mayor, when you campaign in 2024, you said you will look into to rehire all the unvaccinated workers. Until this day, we still have a lot of unvaccinated worker who was illegally
fired.
wrongfully terminated in 2021
Mhm.
and 2022, and we still fighting in court, and the public still paying for all those court cases, more than 32 court cases, and the city, which is the taxpayer, spend millions and millions and millions of dollars in court, and who pays for it? The taxpayer money. So my
Mhm.
question to the new mayor, I don't care how rich you are, and I don't care how handsome you are. I don't care you're a traditional man, you're a gay man, LGBTQ, transgenderism. That's not the point. The point that you have pledged to take San Francisco and restore into law and order. You will be helping the homeless. You will be reinstate the unvaccinated workers, which I am one of them.
Mhm.
And I still have no job to go back. So my
Yeah.
question to you, are you a liar or are you an honest person? If you are an honest person, you should end those litigation in court that basing millions and millions with all those cases at court filed by the unvaccinated workers, government workers that is wrongfully terminated in 21, 22, and now right now we in
Are they getting any
2025.
back pay?
That I don't know. I have no
Oh.
idea. However, we learned it from the Trump team. Remember, we talked about how we love Trump team.
Mhm.
Trump put an executive order and order all the military people, all the federal government employees, if you are wrongfully terminated during the pandemic, you are welcome and you're welcome with an open arm going back to work with back pay. Now, if Trump had an executive order with back pay for all the federal government employee and the military people, why can't we do that in San Francisco? Because we are working for the public. Whether you are city, county, state, or federal or military, we are public servants.
Yeah,
Unless
but they're not on. You're not underneath his direct control. So
it's
they,
not about direct control, it's the ideal of policy. It's called equality. It's
yeah,
called equal opportunity of employment. So
yeah.
a
I don't
person
know
like
that he
me,
can order it though.
exactly, he can put an executive order and say, oh, all the unvaccinated people who are wrongfully terminated and can be coming back to work with back pay, just like the military. Now once he do that, it will end
Well, you see, you're not
the
a federal worker though. I don't know that he can do that
no,
legally.
no, legally yes he can. Daniel Lowry, the new mayor, can put an executive
Oh, he
order.
can. I mean, Trump can.
Oh, Trump has already did that already. The
Yeah.
military people going back to work with a welcome arm, they get back pay and everything has been settled according to what we read from the news. Now, if you scroll down and going back to the same website, you're going down. So we talk about the San Francisco elected official, that's the mayor. You see the board of supervisors.
Yeah.
Now we learn all those board of supervisor. For example, we have 11 district in San Francisco. My understanding, all of them, 100% of them, they're Democrats. There's no Republican,
Oh,
no Green Party, no
during
Libertarian,
your primary,
nothing.
they wouldn't even let a Republican up on stage to debate.
Oh, they even lie. They even lie. Oh, we don't want a Republican. There's no Republican. We only welcome Democrats. That
Democrats, yeah.
means if you are a Democrat, you may have a chance to go in office. But if you are a Republican, like
Republican,
me,
you
I'm
know.
a Republican, then
Yeah. They
you
don't
do
even give
not.
you that option.
You will
Yeah.
not able to go to any public debate, any public newspaper at all when it's controlled. The only way that you in some kind of news is because they put you a negative instead of giving positive, like you are an underdog. Calling Republicans underdog, calling Republicans Trump supporter has no place in San Francisco City Hall. You see, folks,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're in San Francisco, California, or United States, as long as the snakehead San Francisco leaders inside government, if you go to see all these 18 elected officials, if you see the face, go board of supervisor, you go down, see mayor, 11 board of supervisor, and you go down, total 18 elected officials. We only have 18 elected officials, 100% of them Democrats. That means we don't have a legit government. San Francisco has no people government for 50 years. There's no any party other than Democrat Party for the last 55 years. So right now, even the Daniel Lowry is the mayor, but if you do not have any other party allowed to debate, to government function, to public
Someone
hearing.
asked if they're doing better at cleaning up the poop, or have they changed the law so you can't poop in the street?
Oh, there's no new law, old law. We always have a law. You cannot poo and pee outside the street. You cannot block the sidewalk. The question is, how come the police do not enforce it? We have the law,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Well,
And
I thought there
so,
was maps of where the poop is for for
oh,
people
well,
not to step
somebody
in.
make fun of San Francisco and say, y'all people look at San Francisco. We have poo map and tell people when you walk on the street, make sure you don't step on the poos and pees.
Yeah,
It could be human feces or dog feces
that's
because
not sanitary. Yeah.
yes, well, we have the law. Don't get me wrong. We have the law in San Francisco, but nobody enforces it. So what's the point of the law? Just like San Francisco, we have the United States Constitution. It's called the Bill of Rights,
Hmm.
and we have the California Constitution. It's called the Bill of Rights.
Hmm.
However, San Francisco does not enforce them. Like I said, San Francisco has been 100% controlled by one party, the demon, Ruts, the Democrats Party.
Well, they're
I
very
used to,
leftist Democrats too. They aren't just your average
yes,
Democrat.
oh, they call them progressive. Progressive means they
Commies.
love to murder little human beings. They love to give free needles to the drug dealers to support them. And they love to advocate for illegal site injection. They love the homeless coming to San Francisco. In fact, they create 206 nonprofit for the homeless. So their friends and relatives and people they know can create this nonprofit, which is 206 of them, and then they spend 70% of the total budget on the homeless to their friends with higher pay, good salary. Meanwhile, only 30% spent on the homeless people who only want a shelter and a job. I keep telling people, I said, if you know how to calculate, San Francisco government spend 1 billion a year. 1 billion. I'm not talking about million. 1 billion a year on homeless. So the question is, what
How come
happened
they
to the
never
homeless?
solve it then? Because they don't want
The
to.
home, well, in my opinion, the homeless people is not San Francisco alone. One problem. San Francisco, homeless is a name. It's a name. Oh, we have homeless. We need money to take care of them. So one nonprofit is not
Well,
enough.
they
So
want to keep
let's
getting that money. They don't want to solve the issue.
exactly. So in order for us, San Franciscan, to end the homeless, the first thing we do, cut 50% of the budget from the nonprofit
Hmm.
first. And then we will use the money to really get shelter, build more housing for the functioning homeless. At the same time, creating jobs for them so they will not come back to you. You can make a lifetime homeless person. You can
Hmm.
only help them transitioning. They have to be self
A job's the best way
sustained.
out of that situation.
Exactly. Except maybe less than 5%. They are called
Someone said that
severely.
they've driven a lot of jobs out of San Francisco. That's true, right?
Yes. According to about 3 months ago, there's a report coming out. I think it's 3 months ago. I was in public hearing at City Hall. They
Hmm.
said 40%, last year, 40% of the empty building spaces, the businesses left San Francisco. Now it's about 34%. Still 34% empty business overall in this, San Francisco, which means we have a lot of restaurants closed, a lot of clothing store closed, the Walgreens closing many stores. What else? CVS, a lot of places
Well, a lot of that's
closed.
because they let you steal there too, right? And there's no real penalty for it.
Yes, yes. So, so my question is that who, who in San Francisco keeps supporting Democrat policies when we know that the Democrats in charge for 50 years and none of the policy has been saving San Francisco? But why they keep doing the same thing? Who?
Yeah.
You
Well,
tell me.
that's what the rest of America is going to be like if we let Democrats take over control of the whole country. You know,
Exactly.
what they're
So
trying to
people,
do.
exactly. People, if the leaders and saying, well, protect the undocumented, that we need them and blah, 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 those are lies.
Mhm.
Many of those undocumented people, they came in through human trafficking
And
and
they're
for
living off of
organized
social
crimes.
services too.
Yes, many of them, remember Elon Musk has been
Yeah.
exposed them. How many people more than 120 years old?
Yeah. Oh, that
17
too.
million. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
17
Getting Social
million
Security. Yeah. And there's
on
some
social.
people that are getting Social Security that aren't even born yet. Their birthdays
Exactly.
hasn't even happened yet. So,
Yeah. Our
isn't that
nation
insane?
is less than 250 years old, and we have social security people. They're 300 years old on social security. So according to Elon Musk from the Doge, they have been using AI to expunge 120 years old 17 million people. You see, my question is, who has been collecting those money?
Yeah.
Who are they? Who are the people?
Hmm.
Who?
Well,
So
it's someone working there that's probably funneling it to themselves. And a lot of it's going through illegals too. They put in false names and
yeah,
stuff.
because that, remember we learned from the last clip that we did, Jerry,
Yeah.
that in New York they spend $25 million paying 6-star hotel for the undocumented people,
Yeah. They were
and
they were
also
giving them $700 a night. For them.
yes, and also they have
You
gift
should see how
card.
ritzy those hotels are. They're really nice hotels, and they're getting
Yeah,
all the food there. But yet they get
yes,
EBD cards when they can get all their meals at the hotels for
yes,
free.
and they are paying them 2,500 cash EPT card for them to
Do you
spend.
know what they're doing with those EBD cards? They're going out and buying beer and then they're reselling it.
Well, that I don't know. I only know the
Well, there's
money.
videos of them doing it.
It may be so. I don't know. We have all kind of illegal people, and meanwhile, we have a lot of other countries, especially the countries have a lot of gangs. The government is part of the gangs, and then they empty their prison and send them through human trafficking, open border, and come into America. So we are in danger, at risk with these people. So remember that last time I kind of sharing about how the gangsters, the gangsters.
Hmm.
You want to put this in here in your end. Remember, I share with one of those books. Can you
I have to
make
get
it
back
bigger
on
on
this
on this
page.
one, so people will know what I'm talking about? So this is a book. Okay, it's called
Oh, okay. Let me enlarge this.
okay. Can you read it for me?
Control. It's too big. You're too close. Oh,
Okay,
control garlics. I don't know how to say it.
control
Joel
e
Arlington.
car. So something like that. I don't even
Yeah,
know
I
how to
can't even
say
say it
those
either.
words.
It's a made up
So you see
word, but
that
yeah, yeah.
they experience
Bill Gates, yeah, he's been spraying the chemtrails in England now, and he's getting government
so
money to do it.
So from the left we have Carl Schwab, who is the forum, the United Forum, to depopulate the entire world population, and he has been breaking about it that he's on target. And we have Zuckerberg from Facebook and other platforms censoring us, and by saying
They
fact
are
check.
shadow banning us. They'll let
Okay,
us have our account, but hardly anyone sees you. You know what I mean?
and
So
we also have Bill Gates, who's never a pharmaceutical person, who's never a doctor, never anything other than a business person. He has been going to so many places and telling people to vaccinate children and women and
yeah.
depopulate. And all of a sudden, we see a spike of autism,
Hmm.
depression, anxiety, and people who have developmental problems and health problems with our children. Remember that?
Hmm.
And then we have Jeff Bezos. What was bad about him? Censorship.
Yeah.
And what's bad about George
Well,
Soros?
you see what's going on in Canada, Germany, England. They're arresting people for stuff they're saying online if
Well,
it's against the government. You know.
well, yeah, they are arrested, but in California, San Francisco, and United States, we still have the Bill of Rights, the freedom of speech. Look at the George Soros has been
Oh,
organized crime.
they'd like to take the First and Second Amendment away from us, and then they can get full
Oh no,
control.
no, not when you have a gun, because that's why our founding fathers say protect your family, protect your country. So George Soros is the one that funding a lot of organized crime for open border and the protests. Remember, we have a
Yeah,
lot of protests. Hey, hey, hey,
GMOs,
ho, 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 and a lot of the
NG,
changes.
NGOs,
Yes,
NGOs. They're
nonprofit
getting a lot, and they're using our
organized
own tax
crimes.
dollars against us. You know.
Yes, and then this book. Remember this book that the enemy within our government.
Yeah.
It's by here, Travel Luton. He talked about the deep state that Obama was set up by the deep state to take down America. And how many people know that Obama is not born in America? How many people know that?
Well, that the media covers for him all the time on that.
Yes. And how many people know that Obama's wife, Michelle, is Michael? How many people know that?
Yeah. Someone's asking if you think that Kamala Harris is going to win governorship and then run for president there. Although it looks like AOC's ahead of her on the presidency.
If they are fair and square, not using the Dominion machine to flip flop, I don't think Kamala Harris have a chance because California has been a red state along all those years. It's because the machine flip flop about the result. We learned that from, according to some of the patriotic people, they said California has been a red state many years. Last time when we recall Gavin Newsom, it has been recall him. It's not about the voting; it's about the machine. And let me show you this one also.
Someone says Ellen for governor.
I will be the best governor if I will be the
would
governor
too.
because I will apply the Constitution of the United States. Let me show you this book, okay?
Bring religion back. The deep state.
The deep state, the 15
rising.
surprise dangers you should know and talk about that. It's by this person.
So, I don't know that person's name.
So the reason I'm sharing with this book is for people to know that I'm not talking about just talking, because you get people who work for the government, who knew the government, who came out and do books. And remember, we also have a book. It's called The Government Gangsters by Kash Patel, who is the FBI director right now. And also there's a book. It's called what's it called? By Scott Bennett, The Shell Game. Did you have a link? I gave you the link. Yeah,
I can bring that up. I got to close some other stuff to do it though. I'm going to close this one because I got too many tabs open.
I know. You can close the San Francisco website.
Oh yeah, I did that one. Hold on. Now, which one do you want me to open? The Amazon book?
Yeah, The Shell Game by Scott Bennett.
That's the first one.
Yeah, if you can put it in there. So I wanted to talk about this one a little bit real quick because I met Travel Loden. I met one of those people, some of them people. I met the SEAL team members. I met quite a number of Hollywood movie stars and producers. I met with them because by God's grace, and I was thinking like, wow, these people really do so much harm for us. So you see this book, it's on Amazon, and if you click up it in here, it's called A Shell Game by Scott Bennett. You want to put his name right there. Scott Bennett is my good friend. We know each other for quite a number of years. He passed away last year. So last year, for some reason, he passed away. And
is his book still selling?
Yes.
Oh, so he's got family where the money goes to or something.
I believe so. So Scott Bennett used to be a military person, according to the book and what as he was talking. So I know him pretty good. And he was talking about how Obama was sent up by the deep state, which is the globalists, come to America, try to take down America and fake his birth certificate. And it's all, talking about in plain language.
Yeah, so Obama was probably selected.
Yes.
Hillary was selected. Yes, Biden was selected, and so was Kamala Harris. They were all selected by the deep state.
So, yes, and I learned that by the book and by the people who are before us. Okay, so don't challenge me. You don't have to challenge me. I'm just explaining to you the book, and the book is still on sale by Scott Bennett. He was the informative and investigator from the military, and he found that Obama was never born in America. Obama was never born in Hawaii. Obama was one of those deep state players. And Obama's wife is a man, Michael. They knew each other. And it's all public information. It's just the censorship. But Scott Bennett talked about this, and I have been going to different, like I said.
It looks like all these agencies are working against we the people.
Exactly. They're not. Just remember what I said, okay? The books, the deep state books, the enemies within our government, and the government gangster by Kash Patel, who's the FBI director right now, and the people who are controlling our government, they're using their money. the money is coming from the government. It's called what's it called?
Our own tax dollars using it against us. They get it
What's the
put in the
money
budget.
that the layback money they give it to you and they get money back under the table?
Yeah, kickback, money laundering.
Kickback.
That's
Yeah.
sort of like the Ukraine war. It's
Yes.
so they
Yes.
can get money back.
Yes. So, if you're in San Francisco, California, or any other state, as long as you live in America, I urge you, all of you, going to local public hearing, going to talk to
Hi,
your
Colin.
local
John's back.
politicians. Let them know what's going on in America. We are at war with the deep state people, which is called one world order government, or the deep state players. What they do is they wanted to take down America. They wanted to remove our Bill of Rights, which is the Ten Commandments, and they wanted to kill as many people as they can. It's all public information. You do
Well,
not
they
have
want
to
us to
believe me.
own nothing, and then they'll be in control.
Exactly. So I'm
They'll
so
be
glad
happy.
that President Trump and I believe that since January 20th, 2025 was 3 months plus a little bit, and he put out 300 executive orders to intercede and to stop uh, the deep state planning. So hopefully that we can save a lot of people. And now we have Robert Kennedy make America healthy again, and he had a couple bills and no more mandate for pregnant women for the vaccine and no more mandate for the children. So hopefully they will stop the wicked agenda that poison our kids and poison our very own Americans in America. And we also found with many cities that our drinking water they put fluoride in it, which means
They've been doing it for years.
Well, now it's in court.
Yeah, they're also spraying aluminum and stuff into our skies.
Yes, and it's called chemtrail. So the chemtrail, the aluminum.
They're
And
finally
also,
starting to admit that. I think that's going to end, though. It's not going to end in England because they just used part of the budget to spend more.
Yes,
and Bill
exactly.
Gates is getting the money for that.
Well, so you will now learn, and from we don't see all the news all the time. So if you go to the White House website, let me see. You
That's
go
where
to
I'm
the
at
White
now.
House side on the left side. You click. It says Administration, Media, EU Issues, and History. You go to click the history. Okay, America 250, and you will see what I mean. See if you're able to do that. On the right side, it
Administration.
says History. Click History.
All right.
And then you click history, it says America 250. Let's go learning about our founding fathers and the 250s. You see that?
Yep.
United States America, by next year, we will be 250 years old, and we will be celebrate our founding father, what our founding celebrate that we, the nation, come together to celebrate our freedom, which is the first 10 amendment. I said the Bible is commandment. The first amendment, which is the Bill of Rights. I don't have a Bill of Rights book in front of me right now. I normally have, but today I didn't have it right now. The Bill of Rights book give us the instructions to run our government. So because I have been learning the basic common law from the Bible, and because I'm reading the Bible, our nation has been infiltrated since 1871. Am I correct? Because President Trump talked about it. He said our nation has been infiltrated in 1871. Since then, the deep state was in control, put the crown, which is the Vatican, in charge and fix the DC. DC is not part of America. And we know that we said it already. In America, we have 9 states with no income tax. We have 5 states with no sales tax. 2 states, Alaska and New Hampshire, they don't have any income tax and sales tax, but they're able to be independently live a good life. And in Alaska, you get money back every year. However, California, like us in San Francisco, they add more and add more. They want to sell bonds and sell bonds. And because the people are so naive and people are not going to say it, we don't have the way that we're supposed to have the government. So I hope that if you're in San Francisco, rise up and talk to your border supervisor. Like I told them, border supervisor, as long as people are dying on the street, as long as you're using the public money to kill our own babies, and as long as you have the sanctuary with open borders and protecting the criminals uh, when the immigration office want to pick them up and put them in jail, you are part of the gangs. You're not part of the government. There's no benefit to the to the people, the family, the people, family, us, the people.
Someone asked
And
what if you think Trump's doing a good job, and if there's anything he could do better.
yes, so if you're going backward to see the founding father, what the founding father meant for this nation, you will see. You if you go backward, when you click right here, yeah, the right here, the backward one, you see that the founding father
Well, yeah, see
history. You
news
go
administration.
history.
Yeah,
You go
all right.
history. Our government, the founding. Oh, okay. Click our government.
Oh, that's it. All
So
right.
So this one, it tells us we have three branches of government. We have judicial, executive, and legislation. Nobody should be one person and dominate all. However, now we the people learn, the deep state have been infiltrated in the government. Remember, we have learned it from this book. Don't forget about this book. The enemies within
Mm-hmm.
our court system, our state system, our local system, our voting system, our anything that relates to the government has been infiltrated by Klaus Schwab. Remember that? He's in charge with a lot
Mm-hmm.
of craziness going on and now has been exposed. But it's up to you, me, the people, to take it back by opposing and replace the people in judicial, executive, legislation to take back the nation. But if you have a group of gangsters, the government gangsters like the Democrats, 100% voting no, 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 when we want good life, when we want no taxation, if you make $200,000 a year, there's no need to pay. And Trump has been setting up a branch called the external, right? The external
Mm-hmm.
branch for taxation, which means there's no IRS, there's ORS,
Mm-hmm.
External Revenue Services. So why
Yeah,
not?
tariffs. Yeah.
So if we can do that, if Trump is telling us to free the January 6 victims, why not? If we, the people who were wrongfully terminated because we did not believe in that experimental drug that you don't need, and then he put back people to work, why not? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Why the Democrats in Congress, in Senate Hall, in DC, they keep fighting with Trump in anything that Trump's saying: low taxation, close your border, allow people back to work, and giving money and
They're still
drill.
trying to spend all this money that's being funneled off of here. They're still trying to
Yeah.
spend it.
Remember,
Yeah.
he said, drill, baby, drill. When we drill, we have our own
Well,
energy.
I'm talking about the fake Social Security accounts. They're saying, "Oh, he's taking your Social Security. He's taking
Oh,
dead
no, no,
people's Social
no.
Security." You
I
know?
believe this is what Elon Musk. I think he was interviewed by a couple
Yeah.
of those media. I was watching. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one, which clip I watched. So this is what Elon Musk is saying. Elon Musk and Trump is working to clean up all those fake account, dead account, and baby account, and not yet born account,
Well, you want to
so they
clean it
can
up for the long run too. You know, not
they
just
can
for now.
save the money by clean up everything and
Not
until the
just this
legit
year, and it's
people,
years in
so
the
they can
future.
use the money to give it to the people who are alive,
Well, let
who
us
are
keep.
really
Well,
part of the
also
system.
the deficit is part of the inflation, along with them printing so much money. The printing so
Yes,
much money, it's worthless. You know, after a while.
exactly. So if people are using their head, if they are
But the
a normal
globalists want to
person.
take down America, so that's part of their plan.
Yes, the deep state. Remember, you don't have to argue with me, people. I am Ellen. I'm from San Francisco. I ran for mayor in 2018, 2019, and 2024. I worked for the San Francisco government for almost 20 years as a family social worker. I watch how the leaders corrupt the system. I watch how they lie, and I learn by reading books. Okay, you have to read the books and to understand this. I don't make it up. You don't have to lie to me, and you don't have to turn about. But if people put it on the book and they detail it, telling you the government, that means you have to pay attention. our government in America is not run by the government representatives. Our government is run by the people put them there. Now, if you don't say anything by what they're doing, that means you agree with them. But I personally don't agree with them. So that's why I go to a public hearing. I run for office and let them know, if you are so good, I wouldn't be running off for office. And if you have so much money, then you're supposed to help the poor people by reinstate the unvaccinated worker back to work, by eliminate the illegal drug programs so the drug dealer cannot have any backup for public money, and end killing our babies by using our public money to kill our babies.
I
And
copy and pasted
so,
it over.
yes,
I'm
so the
talking to
Supreme
someone.
Court has cleared that Trump administration to revoke the legal status from the criminals. You
Five
see,
hundred thousand.
that's right. So if Trump wanted to detain, remember about
That's when
2020?
Biden was flying them in. The 500,000 he flew
Exactly.
in. That's the ones
So,
that they're talking
so you
about.
see the Supreme Court, the judicial, they're okay with illegal people from other country, not vetted, not
Yeah.
vaccinated, to no vaccinated card to come into a country. Meanwhile, that everybody's mandated to do everything. You see that? You see
Hmm.
that? The policy is for you, but not for them. And we now learn for
Well,
all
they're
the
dragging their
people.
feet because they're trying to get rid of Trump. They're going to try to impeach him in 2 years, and then
Well,
they'll be able to keep all these illegals so they can keep the voters.
oh, I don't think so. We, the Americans in America right now, are waking up. So we have so many different people from other cities, and we are trying to take our nation back by, number one, lower the tax for people so people can have money to buy food, and have our own energy, so we'll be self-efficient. And I believe that there's a lot of people invent a lot of things. The invention will be releasing, so a lot of people will be able to have their invention to be applying to what it's for our efficiency. For example, I always believed the water, the air, the sunlight is from our heavenly Father. It should be free. I agree to pay for some basic equipment to get the water from the snow, from the river, but it shouldn't be taxed us so much, and up to the point we cannot drink water anymore. We cannot shower anymore. We cannot do laundry anymore. We cannot do our lawn and clean our car anymore. You get it? This is San
Yeah.
Francisco. So San Francisco is a deep state snakehead. Someday I'm praying that God chop the snakehead off, chop it New York, chop it in Illinois. These three places the most evil place: Chicago, Illinois; New York; and San Francisco, California. These three places the most evil city of all. We learn it from the books, and that they talk about government gangsters, they talk about enemy within, they talk about shell games, they talk about deep state agenda, they talk about one world order government, they talk about we the people who create this nation for a purpose of freedom. That's why our First Amendment say,
Someone
if
asked if this mayor is any better than the last one you had.
uh, that if they continue not rehiring unvaccinated people back to work, and if they continue use public money to murder babies, and if they continue to support the illegal drug dealers, 5 million a year, he's no different than the last one. It is the same garbage. It is the same policy that create problems for we the people in San Francisco. But I personally believe if the new mayor, Daniel Lurie, had a hard-headed head and using new policy according to what he was campaigning talk about, then we should see homeless removing from the street and shelter them and giving them jobs for self-efficiency. And then we should end the illegal drug needles, 5 million a year to end illegal drugs on the street. And also the most important thing, not to murder any more children by using our public money. If people choose to be abortion, they should be use their own money and working with a church group who are willing to have their baby to be born and adopt their baby so that the baby can be alive instead of killing them. Instead, the government giving funding to Planned Parenthood to kill babies. Because I was in Planned Parenthood quite a number of times. About 2 months ago, we had a pro-life organized gathering outside San Francisco Planned Parenthood. A lot of people are crying for they deceived by the Planned Parenthood staff. They use the aborted baby parts for experimental drugs. They use aborted lung tissues for vaccine. They use aborted babies compared with mice, and they do a lot of experimental
Did you see that
things.
gain of function that they were using fetuses skin to make gain of function? Fauci was in
Well,
Wuhan.
I believe so. And also, I've heard and I've seen video clips that they use aborted babies to do cosmetic. What's that called? The cream. Unbelievable.
Hmm.
So I don't know if you're a libertarian, you're immigrant, you're yellow, white, black, purple. You,
Hmm.
as long as you a human being, you should understand what I'm talking about. I am a mom. I'm a social worker. I'm an immigrant into America, and everything happened to us is not about a party. It's about satanic ritual, which means the devil, the satanic people, and they bought the lie and they sold their soul to Satan by killing babies, by sacrifice baby blood, by raping kids, by
Hmm.
open borders for
Sex
criminals,
slaves.
sex, yes, for prostitutes. We have a lot of young
How
people,
bad is it
teenagers.
in San Francisco? Is a lot of the sex slaves coming through there?
Uh, I believe so. We have Oakland Porter. We have California. We have quite a number of porters, and they import those prostitutes and sex slave by creating fake business and coming in here. Then they put them. And if you come to San Francisco, you go to the Mission District, you go to the Tenderloin, you go to downtown area, you will see a lot of prostitutes at night. They're high-end prostitutes. They're low-end prostitutes. And does the police know? Of course they know.
Are a
I
lot of
personally
the
believe
sex workers there Asian?
all kind,
Okay,
all kind.
okay.
If you go there, you will see. You go at night, you go
Someone
check it
said
out
something
yourself.
about them being a lot of them being Asian or sex
Well,
slaves.
Asian people, they're trafficked in here. You know how they come in, they set up business, they go to
They bring them
diff.
young.
Yes, they tell them they have good job for them in America. As soon as they get in here, they confiscate their passport. They tell them to sleep with men to get paid, and then they
Yeah, they
have
get a
to.
little bit of the money, but most of the money goes to their pimps, right?
Exactly. Well, we see it from the traffic stories. I mean,
Hmm.
like I said, I met military guys who are rescue human traffickers, and I read the books from different people, the authors. I met them
Hmm.
because I was running for mayor, because I was conservative, and I'm still conservative. I'm a mom. I'm an immigrant. I worked for the government before, and I've seen so many traffic people, victims. I myself doing ministry in San Francisco. I spoke to many of those victims, and I find out like, oh my God, I never pay attention. I ask God to forgive me. I ask God to forgive me that I never pay attention. There's so many people are victims, victimized by the sleep state
Now, when you were a worker
people.
for the government, did you run into any that were actually sex workers that were getting government money as well?
Uh, no, the sex traffic people, they're victims. They are organized. They have places to stay. They limit them. For example, I can't tell you the detail because it is public. This is a public interview,
Yeah,
but I can tell you roughly that
no
the people
names.
said. Yeah. The people go to Asia countries. They go to different places and they see beautiful people, beautiful girl or young man. They say, "Hey,
Mm.
you want to come to America? I can help you for apply for visiting visa or a marriage arrangement." It's like that. So as soon as they get here, and then their passport has been confiscated, and then they arrange them to live in a group home, a group places. Like 10, 20 women live together or 5 women live together, and then every day that you go have sex with between 10 to 15 men, so you can calculate how many men they have and how much time they have,
Yeah,
and
well,
then they give them portion of the money, very little money. The money is for them to be paid the debt. Remember,
hmm,
you have to come in here and they lie and cheat, and so a lot of people, they have no choice but to work, and hopefully they pay the debt. And when those people are able to pay the debt, some of them they go back to their country, and some of them they be murdered. Some of them they have they when they free their slavery, they stay here illegally. So you have to talk to the police. I'm sure the police have all those records. I only knew uh, some. As a social worker, I do met quite a number of people on the street talking about it. When I spoke to quite a number of prostitutes, they said they don't want to be a prostitute. They was they was misled to come to the nation, to America.
Mhm.
So
Someone asked what you thought about Newsom and the. It's a long question here. About them guys playing in women's sports. You got a guy out there winning all these uh, championships in the state of California, I
well,
guess,
first of all, for the men,
for the
for
trans.
the
Yeah.
men in their head, they are women, but the bottom part they still have their private part in there. So in their private part, they still have their private part as
Well,
men.
even if you get the plastic surgery, they're still men because
Yeah,
they still
yes.
win.
So let's say those people, they still have their private part on. They claim to be a man. These are called sick people. They need to see mental health services. But for these people who cut their private part and then they put their breasts on and they pretend to their women, the women should refuse these people. The women in sports should refuse these people to be part of that in the
Yeah,
girls'
they
bathroom.
shouldn't
It's called
compete.
sex harassment. People,
That's the only way
this
it's going
is
to
called
stop is if everyone drops out and they all have to stand
exactly.
together.
You can create a woman. If you're a woman, you are welcome. If you're not a
Yeah,
woman,
you can get
well, you
plastic surgery to look like a woman, but it doesn't make you a woman. You're still
the
going to
point
have
is,
the XX chromosomes,
yes,
Uh,
the
so
point is, these are called mentally ill people.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I have to say it like
they have
that
gender
because
dysphoria.
yes, 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 yes. Remember in a DSM, I think a DSM 2 before 1976 or 75, it says the LGBTQ gay agenda, they're mentally ill people. But
Hmm.
after they have the protest in San Francisco, when they have the meeting and they change the meaning for LGBTQ, it's a life choice, a lifestyle. But before it was a mental illness. So let me clarify myself because people were
So
attacking
Newsom
me.
was trying to play it both ways.
Well,
He
well, you
understands about it being cheating, but he's not against them still competing. It is cheating.
Oh no. Gavin Newsom is a liar, okay? He said it. Oh, I don't agree with the men going to the women's bathroom, but yet he's okay for the men to compete with women. Isn't that a lie?
Yeah,
You can't be both. Okay, let me
you shouldn't have
clarify.
men in the bathrooms either.
Let me clarify myself before
Yeah,
I go on the street and I get people giving me a hard time.
yeah,
So, let me explain what I just said.
yeah.
I personally think if you a self-desire for LGBTQX transgenderism, it's your choice. When you turn in an adult, 18 years old, you cut your body part, you want to be a man, woman, it's your
I don't
choice.
want to pay for it with our tax dollars.
Exactly. But I should not be
I want to
responsible
pay
for
for
your
it.
choice. You get it, people?
Yeah,
Because it's
and you
called
shouldn't be
America.
putting these men in women's prisons either when they do that too.
Because we have a lot of many women in the sport, they get raped by men, they're
Yeah,
harassed by men, and it's called sex harassment. Do you think
they
about
lose
the
their scholarships to these guys too. A lot of them live.
exactly? So let me clarify, okay? I
Yeah,
do not hate them. I accept them as the way they are, but I do
but they
not
have a mental
support them.
illness. I think. Right?
Exactly. It's in
Yeah,
their head. I do not support men going to women's bathroom to rape women, to harass women, to expose their private part to the women when women are women. I am a woman. To me, as a woman going to the bathroom or to going sports and seeing a man with his private part with a peanut on, however, claim to be a woman, that's called mentally ill. You get it, people?
yeah.
You
Well,
do
a
not
lot
have
of
to
these
agree with me.
trans have this fantasy. These guys, especially the ugly ones, want to see themselves as little girls. They have sexual fantasies. It's a turn on for them.
No, it's a mental illness. We said it already. Okay.
Well,
So
no,
we
I've
don't have to
I've had
argue.
trans people on here that detrans, and they say a lot of these men have this sexual fantasy that they play out as little girls. They want to be little girls, and
However,
yeah,
however, this is something in common we learn. If you talk to all the people, okay, if you talk to all the LGBTQ and transgender people, most of them have bad experience in their lifetime,
yeah,
either their childhood or young people or any time in their lifetime they have been abused, sexual abuse, family abuse, violent abuse. These people need to seek help. Please, if you're one of those people, go seek help. Pray to God to release you from the torment, from the desire of hurt. Many of these people hurt
Same thing if it's a family member, pray for them.
Yes, please go seek help and seek help, please. And don't get to me and that I don't support. I support whatever you desire because at the end you face what you need to face. We
I don't want to pay
government,
for it,
yes, you save your own money to do
taxes
what you want
wise.
to do, and you save. But I
You
don't
pay
have to
for it.
support you using my money to support you. You, from a women to men, a man to women, save your own money, do your own surgery, face your own
Yeah.
consequences. But you do not have to
That
bully
that is
children.
selective surgery. It's not needed. It's not
Yes,
necessary.
but stay away from our children. Stay away. Don't mess up with our children. Children are innocent. You do not have to expose your private part to the children. You do not have to harass our kids to be LGBTQ and transgenderism. I have gay people in my life and say, these people are sick. I have a gay friend who's a gay friend that I met a couple months ago. Well, we know each other for a long time. We always work together. So he said, Ellen, even I am a gay, I do not support transgenderism, going to women bathroom and harass them. This is not cool. You see that the gay guy already knows something is wrong with this transgender people going to the women's bathroom to harass women. I am a woman. You get it, people?
Mhm.
I don't want to see a man underneath a man, above is a woman. That is called sickness. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we are
I
just
hear
talking
you.
about hopefully that if you in America, I want you to do a couple things. Pray for America, please. Pray for America for revival. Pray for righteousness to come back to our government. Pray for our government leaders able to save our tax, that we don't have to pay income tax and we don't have to pay state tax. And all one tax we learned it already. It's called consumer tax. Consumer tax is sales tax. So if you go out to eat, if you go out to
Hmm.
buy, you pay the consumer tax. The consumer tax will be enough to hire enough public services workers
Yeah.
to take care of our public. But everything else, it's a man-made problem. The bigger the bigger the government, the bigger problems. If we have a smaller government, we have smaller problem. If we don't have a government, then we don't have problem. You get it, people? We learn it. It's common sense. You
Mm.
don't have to argue with me. I was working for the government. I live in San Francisco, and I see bigger government, bigger problem. For all these taxes, they
Someone
charge us.
someone asked what you think of the budget battle that's going on right now. If they don't get it passed, the tax is going to go way up. Because last time Trump was in, he passed a thing that was lasted all the way until now
Okay.
on a tax cut. They're going to automatically go up if they don't pass this
So,
budget.
my understanding right now is that it's a battle. Remember, we are at a battle. The
Yeah.
globalist Agenda 21, the one world order
They want
government
that
keep.
tax dollars.
Okay, let's listen to what he says.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's listen to him.
I thought it was a picture.
Continues even when I'm overseas visiting our Marines in Okinawa. Today, I'm signing an order canceling the implementation of an obsolete and redundant online portal the Navy no longer needs. Canceling this contract will save $300 million so we can spend more on our sailors and Marines and our readiness.
Hey,
Since working with
300
those,
million
the
here,
Department of the
300
Navy has
there, it
saved
all
an
adds up.
estimated $587 million. Thanks.
Okay,
570.
so let me answer a question. I received a question a couple days ago because I run a radio program in Cantonese. Okay, so
Okay.
I have this question. It says,
I got to ask you about that later.
so the question is, well, Trump has been in office for about 3 months, a little bit plus, and with Elon, that he ends so many programs, and many of the government people lost their job, and then they fought them in court and sued them, and some of them get the job back. So what do I think about that? So that was a question to me.
Yeah.
So my answer is, remember, I get fired from my job because I did not accept the bioweapon.
They're wondering about back pay and all that.
Exactly. So how come the people don't feel bad when they fire the government employees? Millions of them across the nation. Okay, millions of them.
Mhm.
In San Francisco, they fire 1,168 people. In California, they fire thousands. In the military, they fire thousands. and in the federal government, all this craziness going on. So across the nation, they fire millions of people who are unvaccinated. How come nobody feel bad for these people? These people, they didn't do anything wrong. They just say that, hey, my body, my choice. Just like the people say, my body, my choice. Where's my body, my choice? The Bill of Rights. You get it? So let me answer the question. How right now Trump and Elon Musk has fired so many government employees. So the question is, do we need this many government employees? What are they doing?
No, there's
in
so
the
many
government?
people doing nothing. They're getting paychecks and getting nothing. Some of these
Yes.
people don't even exist. They tried to get them all to come into work, and these people don't even exist to come into work. They're just
Exactly.
paychecks
Remember,
going out to
remember
entities.
Elon Musk said
Mhm.
some of these people, they get paid at the same time they work for some other job, which
Yeah, they have
means
more than one job.
they
Yeah,
get paid in the government. Also, they have another job outside the government.
yeah.
And Elon Musk say, if you are alive, please respond. And many of the people, they don't even have such person. That means the deep state setting up fake people to receive the check. So my question is, who are the people behind the scene receiving all those governmental taxpayer checks? So
Mhm.
if the deep state can say, oh, Elon Musk fire 5,000 people, 3,000 people, 50,000 people, and Trump fire how many people Trump fired the IRS people? 35,000 people? Isn't that,
Mhm.
if you Google it, I think that Trump terminated 35,000 IRS people. So my question is that, do we really need this many IRS people?
Mhm.
Because we are talking about taxation. Remember, Trump said it publicly, and this is what Trump said. I'm just quoting what he said. He says, people, before 1913, we have no income tax. After World War II, because we have a lot of debt, so we put it there temporary, and it never be seen, it never ended. So now he's putting the external revenue tax to replace income tax. Hopefully, that we, the people, can make a dollar and put a dollar in our pocket, so we can have money to
Can
run
you
this
see the
nation.
screen right now?
Yes, you see that?
It's almost 11 million people over 120 years old that
Yes.
are have been and still are collecting Social Security.
You see that? So let's talk about this one. Keep it alive in here. So if you're a Democrat, if you're a Libertarian, anybody, if you're alive, and if you're America, okay, in America, you are American in America, the
That's
United
money
States.
laundering.
Yes, it is exactly what Elon Musk was telling us. Nobody in the United States right now is 120 years old, but
Or
why
more.
they keep collecting a paycheck, a
Well,
Social Security
they don't
paycheck?
have everyone listed here because there was some people like 300 years old.
Yes, yes. So you see, Elon Musk said 120 years old total together is about 17 million. So you see on the screen, between 120 years old to 159 years old, it's 10 million. You see that?
Mhm.
10 million people from 120 to 159. So who is getting the money? Who? I wanted to know who it gets the check. Where's the check
It's
going?
people stealing the money.
Exactly. So you see that people, when the people telling you, oh, Trump is no good, Trump is ending Social Security. When Trump says, I'm not touching Social Security, and Elon Musk said, we're going to clean up everything so that the Social Security people can increase their benefits on a monthly basis. You get it?
Mhm.
So don't listen to this fake media and the liberals. You have to listen to the people who are fighting for you and me to keep this nation great again, healthy again, like Robert Kennedy, ending all this vaccine mandate to protect our health, protect our children from autistic symptoms and health issues, and ending the fluoride in our water, and ending the chemtrail on the air, and ending all this illegal taxation.
Somebody asked about the vaccines, and part of that, a lot of people believe that a lot of this transgender dysphoria has to do with all the vaccines that we're getting these days.
I personally believe so, because if people are injecting certain chemical in their body, your body is going to be changed. If you are accepting certain chemicals with a desire from a man to women or women to men, it has to do with chemicals. The chemicals that you take change your thoughts and thinkings. So
a lot of those globalists don't think that a lot of us are useless eaters to them, you know. So they want
Well,
to get rid of us.
they did experimental with forks. You know the
Yeah.
forks that they use. They
Mhm.
change it from female to man, from man to female. So this is what I learned
Okay.
about 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Robert Kennedy said, "Oh, not Robert Kennedy. This is the White House. The
Yeah.
White House secretary. She said, America, we are less than 4% of the population, but we are consuming 75% of the pharmaceutical drugs in America. That means something is wrong with our pharmaceutical industry. And Robert Kennedy is working on 5 areas to reduce diabetes, sugar level, and the mandate vaccination for pregnant women and children. And this way that our health will be coming back soon, hopefully. And then immediately a lot of this attacking him, attacking Trump, and the whole nine. Yeah. So the point is, ladies and gentlemen, please pray for America. We are at war between the globalists. The globalists are also called one world order government, and the Trump team, which is us, we the people. So if you hated Trump, I get it. If you don't like Trump, I get it. But President Trump and the team is leading us to fight the deep state so we can end the taxation. Then we don't have to pay income tax, and we don't have to pay extra tax. And I am also reading the news about the some of the red states they're fighting for people who own properties. If you're 65 years old, you do not have to pay property tax to save America, to save Americans, to have a quality of life. You get it? So
Yeah. Did you
if
know
you
there was
hate
a
Trump,
before
it's okay.
1913 there was no income tax whatsoever in
Yes.
any
So
state or any.
So I'm urging you, if you hate Trump, it's okay you hate somebody. It's okay. It's not a problem. But pray for his Trump team, the safety and the team working behind the scene in front of the media and telling them we are at war. Why the Democrat leaders in DC and Congress Hall and in the blue states keep open borders, welcoming criminals and fighting with the ICE not to allow them to pick up the vixes, the devastating criminals, and
Mhm.
why they do not want to jail the illegal immigrants who are criminals, and why they do not want to put the money back
Because
to
they want to
our.
bring down America and they want to take control.
Exactly. So if you're awake right now, thank God for you. If you don't, I pray that God open your eyes, your physical eyes, your spiritual eyes, and know that we are at a spiritual battle between good and evil and good. Obviously, Trump team and the Trump administration right now is trying to restore the Republic government because he put everything in the White House .gov. You go to the whitehouse.gov. He talk about the founding father. He talk about policies. He talk about the issues. He talk about the issues that facing to us. He talk about the historic change. Who has been fighting so hard for America? So I hope that you're on board. I'm urging you. If you're not awake, now is time to wake up.
A lot of
2025.
people have some fatigue with just having the election and all that kind of stuff, but you got to keep working, because the Democrats aren't stopping. So
Yes. So I am hoping that the military is in charge to arrest these people, the deep state
mhm.
players, and put them behind bar or execute them. Some of those people, they are human traffickers. They're part of the plan, part of the problems. So
Do
hopefully
you
that
think any of them will go to jail?
who go to jail.
Will any of these ones like Comey and Fauci and any of them go to jail? Because that
Um.
the auto pen thing, it looks like that he didn't really do a lot of these signatures. So
Oh,
they might be able
I
to get rid of these not
yes.
vouchers,
I
pardons.
personally believe when the time goes by, yes, we will see many of the deep state players, and they will either resign from their post, they will not run for office, and they
People,
either.
we got to keep pushing. I know you're burned out, but we got to keep pushing.
Yes, yes, have faith in God, not in people. People are not faithful enough like God. So I am a believer, and I believe in the Bible. I believe in the Ten Commandments. I believe in the Bill of Rights, and I believe prayer change atmosphere. I believe prayer change the environment. So keep on praying for the Trump team safety. Pray for the deep state player not to work with the Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030 anymore, and return our public back to a law and order. If you're good, you're good. If you're bad, you're bad. Just work with the system, but not to lie and cheat and deceive our children. And so pray for America. Pray for San Francisco. Pray for California. Pray for the deep state players to end, leave the government. We'll restore our republic government in all level of the government. Thank you.
Is there any hope for California?
Oh, of course. Remember, I shared with you, California has been a rest state along the way. It's the machine, the flip flop, and the people who uses illegal votes, fake votes, and dead votes to flip flop the machine.
When is the next election out there for governor and stuff like that?
I believe it's 2 years. 2 years. Which
So
is
about a year and a half now.
Wait a minute. I think it's 2026 or 2027. I forgot about it. It's 4 terms.
Because Newsom can't run again, right?
No,
Newsom?
he maxed out two
Terms
already. Oh, thank God, it's only 2 terms, unlike the senator.
Yeah, because they keep him in there somehow. Well, he'd cheat to win. They do cheat out there, correct?
Yeah, because no, I believe that they personally may not cheating the way that we see cheating. I believe the super PACs create illegal names or using fake names or fake stuff to donate.
In California, you have what, 2 million people on the voter rolls that are dead?
I believe so, because the last
time, and then someone went and got them all off, and the liberal courts, someone petitioned the liberal courts, and the courts ordered them to put them back on.
This is
how would a judge order that should be back on there? I don't get it.
Oh, they put them back right away. That's why in California.
Yeah, how could a judge say that that's illegal? I don't get it.
Because the judge is no longer working for the Republic of United States. They're working for the deep state United States. That's the United States for the deep state player, the United States for you and me, the patriots. Talk about the truth, nothing but the truth. I mean, what I shared today, it's a lot of people may not know in San Francisco or California, but what I know is based on facts, based on WhiteHouse.gov, based on Doge Department, the findings, and based on the books that I share with you. And people risk their life to talk the truth. That's why we get censorship. It's not easy to talk about the truth in such a blue state and such a sanctuary city and state. But I'm still having hope and praying for the people, the Daniel Lurie, the mayor, and 11 board of supervisors in San Francisco, and all the electoral officials. They are nothing but one party, and the party worship the devil. They are the party worship the devil agenda. They are nothing but they work for the deep state globalist, and they're nothing. They put in by dead votes and not all legal votes. We know that already. It's public information.
Yeah.
That's why San Francisco had a lot of people 120 years old plus, and they still in the voters roll.
I do think if Elon Musk hadn't bought Twitter, though, censorship would have been a lot bigger, and we would have had a lot tougher time.
Yes. I personally understand that the Trump and the Trump team working behind the scene, which means a lot of people in the military, doctors, nurses, attorneys, they work together because many of the people are Christians, and many of the people, they respond to the Holy Spirit, and many of the people read the Bible and understand. If you see evil and you don't say anything, that means you agree with the evil. And if you see the children has been trafficked and raped and killed, and the women has been prostituted by force, and you're not saying anything, you're not rescue them, and what's the point for you to live in a life? What's the point you live in a life that God gave you a life, but you're not saying anything that you can do something to stop evil? That if you see evil and you're silent about the evil, that means you're part of the evil. If you're not against it, then you're for it. So,
well, especially if you know about it,
Yes,
if you know about it and look the other way or whatever. or
Yes.
don't take a stand and try to do something against it.
Exactly. So
I
you
mean,
know
they'll
why
get
that I
themselves
run
shot
for
in the
mayor?
head
Because
or
a lot
something.
of people are like, Ellen, you Republican, you conservative, you immigrant, and you don't even speak English, and you run for mayor. I go, that's not the point. The point is I stand up. And I stood up and be the voice for the voiceless. I stood up for the homeless who are dying, suffering on the street. I stood up for the unborn babies. They need to be born and be. We need leaders for the future. I stood up against the traffickers, against killing our own children. I stood up for the drug dealers to split San Francisco. I literally go out and talk to the drug dealers, tell them to get out of here. And I literally go out to talk to the prostitutes and tell them God loves them. They don't have to sell their body for stuff. And that's how I find out all those illegal stuff behind the scene. And
Have you ever converted anyone from the left to the right?
yes, I
Red pill?
myself is one. I
Well, I
do.
meant
I used to
other.
be a Democrats member, a Democrat
Did
member.
you hate
And
Republicans at the time?
huh?
Did you hate people like myself at the time
No,
back
I don't
then?
hate anybody. The point is, in San Francisco, we
Well,
only have
there's a
one
lot of them that
party.
are violent on
I,
the
d-
left
I
now.
just did not know. I did
Yeah,
not know there's parties. I did not know there's Libertarian, Green
because they lie to
Party,
you.
Freedom, or whatever, 7 parties that I learned. But I never paid attention. I didn't know
Yeah.
there's Democrats. I didn't know there's Republican. I just know that people are running for office and
Well, they
like
probably
something.
told you that Republicans were all rich white guys and all that kind of stuff, right? That's what they told you
Well,
back
I
then.
learned it from the union side. You know how the union, okay, the
Yeah,
union say,
they
"Oh,
use
we don't
your
support
donations
Republicans."
to send you propaganda.
I can tell you, majority of the union leaders they are for Democrats because Democrats, majority of the Democrat leader, they either blackmail, extorted, or bribe into the office. Now we learn from Elon Musk and Trump team because Trump always training people. And Trump team always put something out on True Social or X to say something going on. I mean, I learn as I grow younger. Otherwise, I will not be speaking the way I'm speaking. I obviously learn something, and I do support the truth.
Someone asked if you were ever violently attacked.
Do I have what?
Have you ever been violently attacked by the left?
Yes. In 20, I believe it's 2020. In 2020, that was the year for President Trump. We had a free speech in San Francisco, and I was knocked and kicked and hit by the left. And also, my friend Philip Anderson, who is African American, about 24 years old, he lost his two front teeth and knocked out by the left. And we were violent by the left.
That's a
They throw
tolerant love for you.
yes,
Were they able to
and
drive you out of there? They were able to drive you out of there. Then they were trying to
so we
shut you
call
up.
the police. We call the police. The police escort us out from the left. Yes, that was a violent scene. And I also campaigned 2024, which is last year. And I got people throw eggs at my campaign car. I got my campaign car hit and run. I got my flats for my campaign car. They stole it. I have to make a different police report. And I was campaigning outside San Francisco State University. I have to make a police report because one of the young guy came to me and poured coffee at us, the warm coffee, and thank God it was not hot. And I had people kick my car. I had people hit me. I had people. Oh, you can name
They
a lot of
threaten you
things.
all the time, don't they?
Well, they call me names and give me middle fingers. They pushed my car. They pushed my campaign
They
stuff.
ever
Yes.
threaten to harm you or kill you or anything like that, even
Oh,
online?
I was called white supremacy. I was called to go back to China. I was called that I have no place at City Hall. I was called that Trump supporter has no place in San Francisco. But yet I run my campaign with dignity, with love, with hope. I'm not fighting with the people. I'm fighting with the spirit behind those people. Many of those people giving me a hard time is because they don't even know what they're doing. They don't even
Oh,
know that I sacrifice my money, my time to fight for them also because I want peace. I want prosperity for San Franciscan. I want quality of life for all people in San Francisco. Whether they're Democrat, whether they're Republican, whether they are left, right, in the middle, we want quality of life. I don't want people keep stealing, then the business keep closing. I want people to come back to work. I want people to everybody had a job, that everybody are self-sustain and able to pay bills. I want quality of life. I that has nothing to do with left or right. It has to do with crime free, and the government is not abusing us, the people, and the people in San Francisco able to go outside without fear. Fear not. Okay.
Someone asked if you think they brought up this whole they were lying about Biden have cancer. They knew that a long time ago because they were trying to get him over the finish line and then get to Kamala Harris. And but do you think they released it now because of the pardons and all that kind of stuff and all the illegal stuff? Now that now that that's going to happen, now they're going to let all of Biden's people go, and not investigate it since he's dying of cancer, which they knew a few years back at least.
Oh, so my understanding, my answer may not be liked by you or anybody that I knew. I run into quite a number of military people. My understanding, our nation has been in control by military, which is we were at martial law for some time, and the real Biden has been executed and dead a long time ago. I don't know how long.
I think there's some people that'll agree with you.
But this Biden
or something similar, they'll think something
the
similar.
Biden we see that in the White House has been controlled by a couple of actors, because remember we talk about in this
So you
show
think
also,
that this whole cancer thing is just a lie then?
this whole cancer thing is for people to wake up and moving him like dead from the planet, so people were at peace.
Well, it might also protect the other people that would go down with him on this whole pardon thing.
Well,
and
let me finish my statement.
Yeah,
the
okay.
reason I said that I did meet certain people from the situation that I learned from them is because if you look back to the Biden in office between 2020 to 2021 to 2024 last year, for 4 years, there's about 3 to 5 different Bidens. We have tall Biden, we have short Biden, we have Biden with hair on his head, his hands and chest, and we had a Biden with no chest hair, and we had a Biden with blue eyes, and we had a Biden with black eyes, and we had a Biden with different forehead.
Well, one of the Bidens have to have hairy legs.
Well,
I'm joking.
So the point is, if we have 3 to 5 actor playing him, that means where is the true Biden? And we also learned from the military code that the true Biden has been executed because he was treason in.
Well, how do they have one that was losing their dementia? They were having dementia and stuff like that, though. Why would
like
they
I said,
use?
like I said with you, my answer may not be well liked and may not be
Yeah,
acceptable.
that's the only part that puzzles me. They would have put someone in that actually could speak, though. You would think.
Well, I believe everything that we're going through for the last 5 years, it's about a revelation from the Bible that God God Himself sent people from heaven. I'm telling you, because you may not like what I said, because I'm a Christian and I believe there's heavens and I believe there's angels, and I believe that the Bible said when we call out to God and God sent angels to our life. And I have met people who met angels. I personally experienced angels, and you might not like what I said, like I said, but what I said is the truth. My own experience. You cannot deny the fact I am experienced. Angels, angelic force, and I believe that because people are crying out loud to God in America, and so many of them, and God actually sent people from heavens. There's more than one heaven, and so the true Biden, we don't know when that he been executed, died, passed away already. But the fake Biden has been played by different actors, and I said it because it's all obviously you can compare with what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
With hair, no hair, black eye, blue eye, and all this hair,
Mm-hmm.
and then morning Biden is like 3 inches shorter, and then the evening Biden is like 3 inches taller, and the whole 9 yard, and the look, the wrinkle, and the eyes, and the ear rope, like that. So anyway, I don't know the whole truth. Like I said, what I share with you is what I learned from the media. I'm talking about conservative media.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be 100% true. It might not be 100% false. I don't know which one is true, but I'm telling you what I learned. You get it, people?
Mm-hmm.
You learn. How could we have so many people? So okay, well, you find out. I'm just sharing with you what I learned and from people what I met, and I miraculously met so many people from different cities, different states, that God sent them, God raised them up, and God visit them, and God spoke to them. The Spirit of God spoke to them, and I learned so much about angels, God, this nation, and One World Order government, and the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening is God's people, the church people, the pastor people. They awake from the lies that we have been feeding, for the last 50 years.
So someone said something about asked you about what you think about the news chief of CBS quits amid President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit.
Oh, you mean somebody's suing Trump for $10 million?
No, the other way around. Trump is suing CBS for $10 billion.
Oh,
And so the news chief quit because they doctored all that video with Kamala Harris and that, remember?
I
where
believe
they changed their answer.
the Trump team. Remember, Trump team has thousands of employees, and Trump owns so many hotels and motels and casinos and real estate and other business. If Trump had a team and they know what's legal and illegal, if they want to sue them, they might as well sue them and end their business. Because
Well, he's trying to stop them from doing that in the future, I think, too. Though.
Yes. I
Because
so.
they took her answer and they cut it all up and pieced it back together so it looked like she had a coherent answer, and it didn't make any sense.
And then they make Trump like not.
They changed his the other way.
Yeah, and he has been talking about America first. He talked about law and order. He talked about sealing borders. He talked about protect our kids. He talked about lower tax. He talked about peace through strength. Ever since Trump is in office, he have been going to different nations to talk about allies, talk about peace, talk about ending wars, and he just went to the Arab states. They welcoming him with the women dancing with their hair. I just learned something new.
Yeah, that was unusual, but that I guess it's really unusual for a place where most of them have to cover their hair.
Oh, they said the women dancing with their hair. It's the highest honor for anyone going to the country, just like them, like queens, kings, and to welcoming them. So I learned something new, and also that he had been going to different nations just to talk to them about peace. Remember, no war, no more killing, no more sacrifice, end the war. Talk about how we can help each other, and he talked about different nations to talk about the tariff being fair. You can't tax American 100%, and America cannot tax you 15%.
Well, I think he's going to make peace over there and in Ukraine.
Yes.
Stop the money laundering.
Okay. So I share so much what I learned, and it's all public information. I just sharing with you as a conservative, as a mom, as an immigrant, as a Republican, and as to be a Democrat before. And I hope more and more people understand, if you don't wake up, you're going to lose a lot of freedom. But if you wake up, stand up, speak the truth, and stand up and protect your children from transgenderism. Thank you.
Yeah, somebody asked if your kids are conservative.
Of course, my kids are conservative, yes.
Oh,
my
that's
kids are
good.
Conservative. They are traditional families. Yes.
A lot of them, once they go away to college, they turn liberal.
Well, it depends how you define liberal and conservative. When I say conservative, means you believe the family should be a man and a women. For a father, if you're a man, you're a father. If you're a woman, you're a mother. I'm talking about traditional families, and talking about conservative means you respect people and you work your own job and be the best you can be, but not rely on the government. Yes.
They believe in lower taxes and all that kind of stuff
yes.
too.
Remember, Trump is already talking publicly. He created an external revenue services, and the tariffs money will be offset many of the income that we, the people, no longer need to pay income tax. And our taxation only need one tax that is called consumer tax. And we do not need all this illegal government workers and illegal nonprofits to abuse us. The government taxation, it's for hiring government employees. And so if we
it'll help American goods sell better too.
Yes. Well, as a consumer, as a mom, as a taxpayer, I do want lower taxation and no taxation because I am from China. If you go to China, there's no property tax. If you go to China, you make $1, you earn $1, you keep $1. If you go to China and people are
the government controls all those dollars, though.
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
China.
yeah, yes. But the point, I just want to point it out that you do not have to pay property tax and you don't have to pay income tax. That's all I want to
Yeah.
share. Okay. Everything else, I'm not talking about liberal. I'm not talking about freedom. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about income tax and property tax. It has to do with propriety and freedom. It depends on what kind of freedom. Yes, we know you go to China, you cannot see YouTube, you cannot see Yahoo, you cannot see Google, and a lot of this website that we can see in America, you go to China, nothing happened. Nothing. You don't have access. Okay.
Now, this also goes to FC2, which is a Chinese channel, Asian channel, actually. And in the past, they've said that over there, you can only use the government supplied Bible in China, and it's rewritten their Bible and stuff like that. And if you post anything outside of that, then it's not allowed, and you can get in trouble and stuff like that. Have you
So
heard anything about that?
so my understanding, because I don't know the whole truth, so I cannot comment on something that I don't know. But I know in China nowadays, this is 2025 already. Okay, today's what day? Today
Yeah.
is Monday, May 19. Okay, today's May
Mm-hmm.
19, 2025. The Chinese government allow five religion, and as long as you qualify and you are licensing in a church, you can practice what the Bible said. If they change the Bible, I don't know. I have no idea. But they allow you to worship your God inside church. You are not allowed to go to the street and go to community and to share whatever. And nobody 18 is allowed going inside the church. And nobody should preach any good news, bad news, or any religion to anyone under 18. So that's
Do
what
they
I
have
learned.
abortion there or no?
Of course, they have abortion, just like here.
Oh, do
However,
they in
because
China? They have abortion?
remember China had a one child policy for a long time,
Oh, yeah.
and because right now it's more men than women,
Now they're
and now
trying to have
people,
more kids, actually.
oh, now they reward people. If you have a first kid, second kid, third kid, the government reverse and give you a reward.
Yeah,
However,
because they were starting to
because
lose population.
I believe
So,
so. There's more people die than more people born. I'm not
yeah.
sure 100% right now, because the population. If you have one person die but nobody born, or let's say you have 10 people die and you only have like 7 people born, that means your population is shrinking. Unless you have one person die and then 2 people born, and then your population is keep it alive or
Hmm.
growing. So. Uh, because I'm not in China right now, I don't study in China right now, so I cannot say 100% accurately said it because I can only
A lot of people always
share.
have that curiosity questions,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they ask. So,
Oh, don't get
oh,
me wrong. I was in China in 2024. I was in China for Chinese New Year. I met so many people overseas, and we celebrate Chinese New Year. That was the first time that I went to China for the Chinese New Year. I learned the culture, and I learned what I just shared with you.
now,
No internet, no YouTube, no Google, no you.
publicly, would they let you be a Christian there while you were
Yeah, you
there?
could be a Christian. Like I said, you there's no problem to practice what you believe. Remember, they
Oh,
allow Christianity, Catholics, and five five
on
they
one of the channels that this is streaming to, they say that they rewrote the Bible and you have to use the
well,
government Bible.
like I said, I don't know. If I don't know, I can't comment on anything I don't know. But
Oh,
I
okay.
know that what I just shared. Um,
They
it
say it's kind of written in a socialist type thing where it leans socialist in the Bible, their
like I
Bible.
said, I will repeat what I said.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
I don't know, I cannot comment.
All right.
And I
I'm
am
telling you what
in
they're saying.
I am
So,
in America. I'm in San Francisco. I am in California. San Francisco, we do not have a people government. California, we do not have a government that is controlled by the people. And our constitution has been violated by current government leaders in San Francisco, Bay Area, and California. And the majority who work in the government, they're one party. In San Francisco, 100 party are Democrats. There's no any other party other than Democrats, and they're all fighting with Trump right now. So if people in San Francisco, we had a party that Democrats 100% they're fighting with the Trump team, that means we don't have a government. Because I personally know many of the people in San Francisco, they're in business, they're traditional family, and we want quality of life. We want the criminals to be detained and arrested. We want the government leaders, if they are not following the Constitution, they should not be working for the government. They should be remove themselves from the government. We want our taxpayer money to be for the public, not to murder babies, not to give illegal drug needles to drug dealers, and we hire all the unvaccinated people. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Harris, yeah, he's saying that you can't follow Christianity in China, but I think you can. It's just really controlled, right?
Well, like I said, if they allow 5 legal religions, I cannot comment for anything I don't know, because
Yeah.
every country has its policies. In America, we said we have freedom of choice, we have freedom, medical freedom, freedom, everything, but do they really have freedom?
Hmm.
No, we don't have freedom in San Francisco the way that we're supposed to do. Otherwise, I personally would not be fired from my job because I did not accept an experimental drug. They will not fire 1,168 Christians and Catholics and who turn in a religious exemption for no COVID-19 vaccine. Get
Yeah.
it? We
Yeah.
don't have a government for the people, by the people, created by
Yeah,
the people
for
in
sure.
San Francisco and
It's
California.
it's the
I said it over and over.
best government that can be bought. That's what they
Well,
have.
yes, yes. Our current mayor spent $60 million to be in the mayorship.
I agree with that, Harris.
Well,
So,
yeah.
so
All right, guys. That's long enough. Well, we've been speaking for about 2
yeah, you have
hours.
to make it under 2 hours, and we're about 10 minutes under 2 hours.
Well, thank you so much, my
Yeah.
friend, and people
The
who.
thing people were asking when I was bringing up, these are the savings that the Doge has been saving. The difference between
Yes.
what they're saving and what the new contract is. So
Well,
the savings are on
remember
the
what
left.
remember what Elon Musk has been training us. Many of this fake non-profit, they are related to the government politicians. They use this fake non-profit to get the money for them. So whatever they need people, they campaign for them, they fix their programs for them, and the money goes for
Yeah, I gotta
them,
look
and
at
they're
that
on
one.
vacation, they bought housing. So you know what I wanted to see? I wanted to see all those government overseas accounts. They talk
Well,
about that already.
what is Boozer Allen Hamilton? They're giving him $419 billion.
I have no idea. It's just a system that developed modernization, enhancement, operation, and maintain for blah blah blah. I have
Million
no idea.
dollars.
You got to study the
We got a
detail.
savings on that one, whatever it is.
Well,
It's
I am
crazy.
asking people who are in San Francisco Bay Area and anywhere in America, anywhere in the world, please pray for safety for the Trump team, for the members, Congress, senators, for the safety of all current government employees, include Democrats, Republican, Libertarian, Green Party, anybody who work for the government. Pray for everyone's safety, because if they pry into the government, they blackmail all everybody who work for the government. Need to be protected because they
So
are
I'm wondering
working
your
for the
predictions. Are we
public.
going to end up winning this or not?
Like I said, we are just praying for the best, hoping for the best, and I am waiting for God to expose them, to remove them, and to restore law and order for all level of government: city, county, state, local, military, and judges.
Let me answer to Harris. Harris, I'm in contact with some people there. One of my channels goes to Asian channels, and they say that the China government rewrote the Bible, and it's very communist slanting, and that's the Bible they get to use. If they get caught not using that, then they get in
Mm.
trouble. So,
Well, like I said, I'm going to repeat what I said. I don't know. I cannot comment.
you
But
know,
we in America, we had about, I would say, 50 version of the Bible, like King James Bible, New International Bible, the Gideon Bible. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah.
different version of the Bible. The words change a little bit, but the ultimate goal that Jesus Christ is Lord, and the Saturday is the Sabbath day, which is rest. Sunday it's for the other people that Christians and practice, and God is the creator.
That comes from the Bible. The seventh day, God rested after creating the earth, heaven and earth, right?
Yes. So, whoever, however you practice which religion, it's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of America. So, everybody have their own opinion.
Tell everyone where everyone can find you.
Oh, well, I have my channel in Twitter. I have my channel in Facebook, and if people want to email me, people can email me. What's the
Okay.
point to email me? I'm not running for office. I'm not accepting anything, but I'm working with people and educate people. If God move your heart and you want to donate to help me to
We
buy
sure hope that
groceries,
you get your back pay and all that.
yes. If
Maybe
God
I
move
can
your heart,
go down to DC and see you again.
well, I was in DC for 5 weeks and we did
I
pretty
couldn't
well.
go then.
I met
My
so many
my
people
wife's
from,
health is bad. That she had the thing where they went in, they burned her parts of her heart, and it's gotten better, but it's not 100% yet. It's still racist some and stuff. So she might have to have it done a second time. You know, and
hang
she
on.
was in there 4.5 hours, and normally it's a 45-minute deal. You know,
Oh,
so
but hang on. If you watch this and God move your heart, if you want to donate, you can go Twitter me, and well, I do have my phone,
bring
like
it
the
up on the
public phone.
screen. You can bring it up on your screen. I can share it. Let me
Oh,
stop sharing over here.
no, you can type it out. I can give you a phone number. You can type it out. People actually can text me or call me. The phone that we always use to connect it with people. I'm gonna give it to you. If people,
Okay.
if God move your heart, they fired me in 2020, and I have campaigning so hard to make San Francisco safe and clean, and I kept my phone to get in touch with
Yes,
the
Sarah, I
public.
agree. So, someone
And
said this woman is a real Christian. So
okay, here you put it out there. 415-920-3963.
four
This is
one
my
five. Wait a minute, I'm typing it in. What is it? 620.
no
What?
415-920-3963. This is
4,
the phone that you can text. We normally don't accept the call because a lot of people give us a hard time. So if you text it, that means you have a real phone.
oh, you got
And
harassment and all that, right?
and if God move your heart, you can always donate. I personally looking for donation to buy my gas, so I go out to do ministry. We buy Bible trucks and give it to the homeless. Tell them to repent, come back to God. I buy
You do
snacks.
something on Saturday, some craving thing
Yeah,
in San
every
Francisco.
Saturday. Every
What is
Saturday, you
that?
see my set An Appeal to Heaven. An Appeal to
Oh,
Heaven is a group of Christians. Every Saturday from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we do ministry to outreach the homeless, the lost,
California
the
time.
sick.
Is that live
Yes.
online or only at
No,
the
I try
place?
not to do it online. We just do it in person. We outreach to the homeless, the sick, the prostitutes, and
Okay.
the illegal, the drug
Because most of
dealers.
these people are going to be
Yeah,
online.
and then
So.
so we buy snacks, water, and Bible scripture and give it to the people. So if God move your heart, you wanted to donate, you're welcome to donate. Just call us, text us, and we'll talk to you. And if not, you can pray for my health, my safety, and my team health safety. I continue to stand firm and believe the Bible is the truth, and I believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior. And when we return to God, and America will be revived. That's
Mm-hmm.
my belief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
we're getting close on time, so we'll see you soon, everybody. All right.
Yeah. Pray
Take
for
care.
America. Pray for
Yeah.
your own life.
Yeah. Pray for
Amen.
Trump.
Amen. In Jesus' name.
We needed to
Amen.
keep going. They asked earlier if you thought Trump was doing good, and I think pretty well. He's doing his best. He's definitely
Okay.
doing his best. All right.
Amen. You want to end it?
Yep. All right. Take care. Bye bye, everyone. Stay there
Bye.
for